Hey, it's Michael Brennan, TTR Sotheby's International Realty. So the other day, I take a phone call from a client. He says, hey Michael, I checked out a video from you, it was just a couple weeks ago, and it said basically, hey, nothing's for sale. Out of all these buildings, there's nothing listed for sale. So my question is, can I just list this property, throw a big number on it, and let the low inventory sort of just take shape and sell this property without any issues? And my response was basically that, yeah, you can do that, but it's not something that I advise. Listing a property is easy. Take a look at the comps, decide on a basic price, make some brochures, shoot some pics, and list a property. But it's not exactly how I like to present a property. And let me give you a little example. So a couple weeks ago, I'm working with clients in Georgetown, and they asked me to come see their house at 2703 O Street. And the property had been tenanted for the past 5 years. And it definitely was not in its highest and best condition. In fact, the tenant had worn on the property a little bit. 5 years, dings, bangs, scratches, no major upgrades to the property at that time and throughout that duration of the tenancy. And so as we're looking at this property, we're realizing that sure, we could decide on a price, look at the condition, throw a price on it, do some basic things, throw a lockbox on it, and hope this thing sells sometime soon. The alternative was to dig in a little bit and say, all right, this is $1 million property, well over $1 million property. Why don't we hit the pause button a little bit? Why don't we sit down, organize a strategy that's gonna make a lot more sense, and it's gonna allow us to truly get the best return for this property. And in my opinion, that made a lot more sense. And actually, these owners were incredibly cool, really nice people, very responsive to my suggestions. So here's what we did. We had everything fixed in the property. We had redone kitchen. We did redone bathrooms. We took these beautiful hardwood floors that were in fairly rough shape before, but we had them sanded down in polyurethane 3 times over. We brought in a professional stager, brought in a professional painter. We brought in a photographer, the best photographer I can get my hands on, artistic, talented. I have no problem. If I have to cancel a photography appointment 3 times, I'm going to do it because we're going to catch it at the best possible light. So we bring all of these elements together. We're going to launch a direct mail campaign. We're going to have a finished product that is in line with the caliber of a $1.25 million property here in Georgetown. And I think the result was well worth it. So I'm right here at the property now. Let's go take a look. All right, we're at 2703 O Street. And I can tell that this property right now looks a little different than it did when I found it 6 weeks ago. We got 1,700 square feet of above grade space, 3 beds, 2 full baths, 2 half baths, a large patio out back, and a location that's fantastic. Directly outside the windows right here, 100 yards away, Rose Park, tennis courts, softball diamond, playground area, open space, fantastic location, bullseye in the heart of the East Village. The marketing efforts that I mentioned before, the staging, painting, specialized artistic photography, those are very important. To just elaborate slightly on that, what we did with this property was bring in the best agents from my firm at TTR Sotheby's, a handful of other agents, top agents from a couple of the other firms, and began whispering around that we were working on an important house that's going to be introduced to the market here short term. We wanted to basically create a buzz about this property. We thought it was well worth it. We thought that this is going to be a finished product that was going to be exciting, that people would really like, and that when you generate that buzz by having various brokers opens or sort of whispering it to the key people, it creates something that we're really looking for, which is a culmination of efforts. All of these efforts coming together at the same time. And when you do it properly, good things can happen. All right, so how do we do with this house? We generated 3 written offers on this property, each one of them very strong. We were able to take those 3, go back to them, leverage them against each other, so we can generate the very largest return possible on the best terms. I can't disclose the price of this property, what the contract price is yet, because it hasn't settled, but we're above list price, we're on cash terms, the clients are thrilled. Michael Brennan, TTR Sotheby's International Realty. If you have any questions about Georgetown area real estate, I'm here to answer them. Thanks for your time today.